please just remember to love. It's important to remember your dreams.
It was all a dream.
And I woke up.
Alright, what up, AquaStoneThrone, like, share, and subscribe. Alright, let's go. This one is going to be about the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, okay? So, this is going to basically, what we discuss on this platform, right, is understanding the external and how it cooperates and how you can visually understand the internal from looking at the external energy realm that we all play in, okay? All right, so it really needs to be understood, like when you really start being able to decode this matrix, everything is right in front of you. But first you got to start looking in to do that. So it's as simple as you really got to train your mind to look at everything from a higher God mind, if that's possible. And so it's more or less like just like really kind of looking at everything from a different angle of light, like right, like the Masons say, right? And so basically, all right, let's get into it. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, right? Okay, so all right, now check this out. All right, so certain things you have to understand, right, about the tree of life, which is you, which is the Kabbalah, right? I've already said this a million times. You could either do the zigzag, go back and forth through all your chakras, and you could also bring the seminal fluids and all the fluids from your lower base, right? Your midpoint, right? Has above, so below, right? There is the bottom, the root chakra, right? So all of this stuff goes all the way up to the kingdom, right? Now you got to understand something. You really got to understand something, right? That what's going on right now is like all of us have a lot of crosstalk in the mind. And what that is, because you're not aware of who you are and the design of your own structure of the beast that you travel through time and space in, is all these other thought forms that when you try to meditate and it's just constant overload, all of us are continuously talking and having multiple conversations in the mind. And what this really is are parasites. And so parasites live in like the moon, right? Like, so really think about it. Try to really use your intuition rather than just your intellectual mind, because if you don't start using your intuition and start being a little bit more creative to think outside the box, you're never ever going to understand or understand anything. And this is the real truth. I'm gonna just drink a little of this, but back to what I was saying, right? You gotta look at the moon, right? Now you gotta think, right? Where is the moon on your body? Think about it, man. I mean, you guys have thoughts, right? And think about this. Thoughts. What do thoughts do? Thoughts are just continually, right? What are they shaking? Right? They're shaking their moon, right? Okay? So what the three planets of Giza really are, right? And how they point up to a particular solar part of the solar system is this part of the body, right? The lower chakra, this is where this is really what's going on right now, okay? And so, has above the Father, the Son, right? The Son, right? The Sun, think about it, right? The sun and moon. Sometimes in one day, you see the sun and the moon out in the same day, right? Like there'll be the sun over there, and over there will be the moon, right? So where's the solar plex, right? Solar plex is over here. very close to the moon, right? When you think about it, right? And so really, when you look at certain things like the Last Supper, for example, there's a lot of information in geometry about who you really are and about what this world really is encoded within that drawing. And if you're analytical in thought and can't think with a more creative mind, you'll never see the code. But you'll notice in between Jesus, you'll see 3 little people here, 3 little people here, 3 little people here, 3 little people here. They're all the 4 seasons, right? 43. So right, there's 4 groups of 3, right? And so why 3? 3 is the number of God, right? And so there's a lot of symbolism being encoded into everything, right? But not only that, there are channels within the spine that go to the top of the head, right? Like I said, all of this stuff is showing you who you are, and you don't know who you are. But really what can happen is some of these channels, right? Think about it right now, okay? Really think about it right now. If they're saying that you're not using, if they're saying you're only using 1% of your mind or 2% of your mind or whatever it is, and there's 12 channels that go up your spine, maybe these other 12 channels are being taken over by some type of parasites which are controlling your mind and haven't allowed you to figure out who and what you are. And so when you clean out your system and you put in the work to open up the chakras and you go higher to the kingdom and you raise yourself with more light, more knowledge, more because it's just knowledge of self. Because if this is your supercomputer for your avatar, but the main part of the structure is down below, you got to get these two to sync up, and you also got to get it to sync up with this, right? So you got to understand that the first couple of chakras are very low chakras, and so this is why most of the world lives in fear. Most of the world is out here hating people. You know, white people hate black people, this and that. Arabs hate Jews and all this, but they're still completely unconscious to really understanding what all of this is, because they're still at such a low vibratorial frequency. They haven't made it to the heart chakra. They haven't figured out that, wait a second, maybe all of us are stuck here. Maybe all of us are trapped in something. Maybe particular people aren't even people, and it gets deep. But everyone out here that is just, you know, accepting everything, not questioning anything, their ocean, their internal ocean is very, very shallow. And you know, like what happens to little tiny fish that can't go deep into the ocean? You know, they get eaten up by whales or sharks, right? You got to understand this, right? And so why would they call it an ocean, right? And because everything in this world is water, right? Once again, this is why I named AquaStoneThrone, right? Because but you know, what is the atmosphere? The atmosphere is water. The whole world is 80% water. You really got to understand that all electrical frequency and current, even in your internal body, needs some type of medium to travel to. And so this is why certain things like going to other planets and all this other stuff, it's all nonsense. It's all complete BS, because this is like it would kind of like be it would be similar to there being like Ryu in Mortal Kombat. So think about that. Like, or Blanca being in Mortal Kombat. Like, it's impossible. There's one system, right? You put the cartridge or the CD into the system. So you can't put two cartridges into the operational system at one time. You know what I'm saying? And so until you free your mind, you're just going to be trapped here in somebody else's thoughts, their programs. And when you really become the Christ, you disregard of all lower programs that they're insufficient to your operational system. And this is when, you know, you meditate and you get to a higher level of understanding by feasting on the moon, getting your nutrition from the moon, and getting close to nature. And when this happens, that's what allows higher frequency thoughts, because then you're not trapped here anymore. You can, like for example, right, I got, one of my logos is an island with two stones, and it's just floating, right? Because, and it's not just me. I know I'm one of the first ones to bring that in, but in the last 5 or 6 years, I've already seen a couple major rappers and movies with the same exact level of knowledge. And you know, it's cool because it lets me know that I'm not the only one that's really doing the work, but there is only one truth and one path. And when you free your mind, you really can create greatness. And the point of freeing your mind is to create sonics, visuals, and anything, sonics, visuals, technology, in a way to enhance the human creative experience. Not you know, not to become a demon and get hip to a little particular information that other people aren't aware of, and then start manipulating out of them. That's not cool. That's not what's up. That shit corny, really corny. And you know, that's just a little something about the two different sides of how people that know what's going on are operating within this time-space dimension. I love you all. AquaStoneThrone, like, share, and subscribe.